Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just welcome to the live. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just. Welcome to Winternomics TV Winternomics. Welcome. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready to just Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics.eth. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, 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 winter. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches. Winternomics. Welcome. Winter, 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 Winternomics. Winter, winter, winter. Welcome. Winter, winter, Winternomics. Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly. Loading in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get ready, bitches.
All right. That's enough of that. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Monday. Back. Took a Friday off there. Need some recoup time. You guys have a good weekend? Do not have as good a dank as usual, but I think we're gonna make it today. I know I'm a little early. Nobody was ready for that. Told you, motherfucker, that I'm gonna get this bitch back on time though. Had to plan this art before this morning, but I had a good sentiment read to have an idea of what I should be doing. So, who gets the show theme today? 50 viewers, yeah. There's a lot of people who are going to be used to this being on about half an hour from now. So I think we're going to have some trickle-ins because people aren't ready for this. But got you guys used to 9 o'clock, huh? God, my fault on that. Gonna be off today though before 9:30. Got some things I got to do today. So uh, it's always a little dick kick, a little skeleton crew vibes, gives a little sentiment. So yeah, who got the show theme? Lurkers looking at the party. so, so if you guys didn't get it, like it's I'm a big my son was like 4 or 5. I discovered SpongeBob and I fucking loved it. It's like one of the funniest written cartoons ever. But this particular scene is so great. If you remember why SpongeBob's all pissed off inside the apartment. So I was trying to recreate this. I don't have anything that looks like a fucking big ass pickle of a nose though. So I did everything in here original except for like this is the photo of my silhouette. So that's actually me. I'm Squidward. But yeah, so if you guys realize this is a 4K too. So this is a 4K like, oil abstract. See I put it down there way down the line? A little poster board, just a little Easter egg. But yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think? I wanted to create a whole scene. I usually use light paint and photography and some digital editing and things like that, and then I put art onto it. But so I wanted to paint an entire scene from scratch, like Universum Gratum, and kind of go with a different style than that one. I tried to kind of make the world look kind of something like the Happy Tree Guys world. And this time I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna try to. I don't know, just try the abstract type thing. I don't know what I'm doing, so this is like I see a lot of artists get pinned to like one style and stuff like that. I don't really come from the background of having any style, so I kind of just make shit. So I just thought I'd take a shot at it. What do you guys think? Wasn't sure I was going. Got the color schemes to come out pretty good. My clouds and stars are banging now. Something different, right? Started working on that guy. Actually, I started working on that guy about 2 o'clock this morning. So let's figure out where that was gonna go. I got the definite fucking green-eyed monster, the envious monster, Squidward in the window. I think I got the vibe of him down pretty good. I don't know. I thought it was pretty funny. Something just totally different than what you used to see me make. I don't know. That was pretty good. I also know the one where Bart's in the window and he's all pissed off because he's got a broken leg. I thought that shit was pretty fucking funny too. But I couldn't figure out how I want to do that and create the telescope, so I went with the Squidward-esque one. The shadow on the poster, that's actually the window blinds when you're looking through it, because we're looking out the window. So that's the window blind when it blurs as you look into it, because you can zoom into that picture, because I made it a 4K just so you could actually like look down the street. That's something I think is cool, because you can't really have a 4K canvas. Like, well, I don't know if anyone wants to have a 4K fucking wide canvas in the real world, but when you do oil paintings on a 4K, you can create like amazing details and something that most people don't think would have detail. 59 viewers. Wow, pretty rough today. It's 8:37. Well, I figured a lot of people wouldn't show because a lot of people are waiting for almost 9 o'clock. So hopefully it gets better as we go, but it's not going to be the longest show today. Yeah. That's the never negotiate from a position of weakness piece of art. What was that show called again? Maximum Leverage. That was it's a party over there, and down the street is Maximum Leverage. And there's an inside joke in that if you get it. So what are we talking about, right? Sometimes you get the feeling everyone is invited but you. Like somehow everyone else is winning but yourself. A lot of people get that vibe that if they're not in something, everybody else must be in the one thing that they don't know about, But the reality is that most people lose. So most people aren't at the party either. But, bias is a killer, and in your mind, it can manifest some really negative thoughts. And a lot of times you see in here in the room, what you see now, this echo chamber where there's almost no one around, and the market's done this amazing rotation. BTC's up 100%, ETH's up off the fucking ground over 100%. The S&P is going fucking crazy, Nasdaq's going crazy. And, Nvidia's out the all-time high. Apple set a new, market cap high. And as far as anybody looking at those metrics that go, you tell people, hey, man, I'm pretty sure we're in a bull market. But the sentiment doesn't look anything like a late 2017 mania type market or a late 2021 market at all, right? Because this is what the inceptions of a bull market will look like. Nobody knows it yet, right? By the time the crowd is actually partying and running around the streets doing this, it's just about over. The crowd never knows. The crowd's the exit liquidity. You have to remember that. And so the notion that you're the only guy who's stuck upstairs and everyone's down there celebrating a bull market you just haven't found out about, you just been left out in the cold, it's not true. By the time you all get that memo, it's just about over. This is the way it needs to be, right, for things to climb. Because at the end of the day, right, it's a zero-sum system. And so who are the buyers that exit people who are in NVIDIA in the trenches, right? It's retail. And if it's going to go even higher, you got to get retail back out, shockwave it, and take it up even higher and kick them out again and have them buy it back at even higher prices, right? Retail is the exit. Retail is, and when retail is partying, you should be worried. It never lasts long. But the idea that everybody else is winning while you're not is very mentally destructive, because a lot of people take that and it grows, with salt, and you end up warping reality until you're hateful of everybody else you think has won so amazingly, and you're just none the wiser. They're suffering just like you. They're just not fucking a bitch wearing it on their sleeve like you. Don't be Squidward. Nobody wants to be Squidward. I don't care how good you are at the fucking clarinet, nigga. Don't be Squidward. So, anyways, a little memo on that one, because that's where the skeleton crew vibes in the bottom of the bull market. Everyone starts to look at the next guy and wonder what you have, and that's the worst mistake you can make, right? Focus on what you're doing, and make a plan and be patient and be a hunter and wait. When you get caught up waiting to see what everyone else is doing, you're getting caught up in a confirmation bias, waiting to act when everyone else acts or shows you something, and that's dangerous, right? That's another root of groupthink. Keep your eyes on your own homework. So, and you maintain your habits, especially when you see everyone else not. This is that moment to tighten your game, right? If everybody else is missing, opportunity is always knocking. All right, time for some ganja. Funny shit. Don't be Squidward. That's going to be the quote of the show, right? Clip that. Don't be fucking Squidward. Nobody wants to be Squidward. Mr. Krabs, maybe. If you've never seen the episode about Mr. Krabs and fucking health insurance, you've got to watch that. That could be one of the funniest episodes ever, when they made a parody about fucking the U.S. health insurance system. It's so great. Definitely one of the top threes. Yes, I'm recommending SpongeBob on a market show. It is what it is. There are no tickers, Lavici. You've been here before. 1 ticker per person, bro. Can I look at BAC? Maybe. Shout out to Larry two times. Joe Malomo. Appreciate everybody who throws a little bit to support the fucking program, so we don't go off the air trying to tell you the right answer. Instead of shilling you into your fucking meme coin fantasies. What do we have, 73? It's trickling. Always one symbol. Don't you ever read this thing in the beginning there, Lavici? Hidden in plain sight things, right? Pretty sure it's on here.
Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.
1 ticker. 1 ticker, motherfucker.
Loading in 5.
1 ticker. Do you ever read the words? Does anyone pay attention to any of the shit we produce? Does everyone just skip the write-up on Twitter? Skip the fucking title? Skip everything? Skip the fucking headline? Just fuck it, and fuck it. 'Cause fuck it, that's why. It's a weird morning. I've been up for hours. I don't know, it's pretty much my lunchtime right now. So, VIX still a little rotation action. If you guys got caught sleeping on that, we gave you a heads up on that on the Wednesday show. And when that thing gets fucking gassing, it can be pretty vicious. So there's some pretty vicious movements in the market. Saw a huge 20% spike in the VIX. Definitely something to pay attention to now that he's rotated through the 1339 level, which is the level that was the bottom of the bull flag to generate the pump for COVID. And so as key levels go, like we like to look at the BTC flag low and the Pepe flag lows, right? It's a definite, key inflection point when the price reaches it. So we're going to definitely take a look at it today and see where the heck we are and see if this can get any worse or what we should be paying attention to now. So let's take a look at that. Let me bring up that on Twitter also. Pretty timely warning, no? That was this one, right? Didn't have a show, but gave you guys a warning to pay attention to. So if you guys had paid attention to that from the show Dark Oracle, gave you a heads up on that rotation and the Trolex emotion level with VIX. I mean, it's emotions on emotions, right? So guys, pay attention to it. Perfect rotation, little bull flag action, dip back through a key level, and then gas pedal. So markets had a big run. We want to be careful. If Tesla was at a good inflection point to kind of like pay attention to this, and could the trend continue? Sure. You always want to give that possibility, but you always want to like lend to caution when you see this guy. This is why we keep our eyes on him, right? He's the big danger, especially when he's depressed this far into 21. This major complacency zone, right? If he keeps, this is the quote from the show, right? We are keeping track of the Trolex level in here, and we are keeping track of the rotation off of 1339, which has happened. So that's like your major caution, Please pay attention, because that's worrisome. If it keeps getting steam and pumping this way, you do want to pay attention to that, right? A rotation through this can get ugly and lead to a de-risk. So let's see where we are this morning with that guy. Just since he's probably the most important thing in the room right now when he does shit like that. So that is not the right graph. What is that? There you are. There we go. So here's what we got. So pay attention to this little range. We kind of like a little mode that he was in here from like 2021. This is also from the same time period as that box range that appeared on BTC. That happens from here. And you kind of have like a stable floor from there that I kind of put a box range around. It's not really a hard and fast level or anything like that. So right now, right, we're paying attention to his structure. Right, and the one thing I told you guys, in 2011, there was one more major de-risk before the market went nuclear, and everyone was just caught like just sleeping on it. If you think about where you're coming from, the banking crisis and sentiment, when gold is pushing 1900 in August of 2011, and people are sentiment damaged not only from the banking crisis that's just unfolded, but the banking crisis dump, what we call the backbreaker, right? The second revisit down, breaks the back of everybody who was hanging on to any shred of hope from the internet bubble, taking out both cycles and leaving the market completely cornered to allow this markup that runs for years under Obama with no one wanting to touch it because Armageddon's got to be around the corner. If we were to get one more major throwback, into backwardation, like where the shooting clusters ramp up, and we've seen some crazy shit in the news. So much of it's hard to tell which is the excessively crazy shit, but if we were to get one more of those, de-risk, like severe de-risks, it would do even greater sentiment damage than you see right now. And think about it, right? We're sitting in here, the show can barely, 1,400 people in the channel. We're under 100 right now. This show used to do 200 to 240 viewers when the channel had about 450 people in Discord. There are 1,430 people in Discord, and we do about half that with stocks breaking fucking highs and crypto running. It's vacant now. Imagine if we get one more crippling de-risk while it's like this. No one will recover. So you definitely want to pay attention to the empty space around you, right? And do everything in your power not to correlate with it. It's the few who make money. And right now, I would say, as the history of the channel goes, you are the fewest, right? This is the lowest show views in the most amount of people in the Discord, with markets at the highest fucking point since we've been doing the show. What are the fucking chances of that, right? Perfect fit. Right, so now that the market's actually moving, where is everybody? Where are all the crypto heads? My room is built on crypto. You see how many people celebrate fucking BTC anything? It's like Saifu and one other nigga. Like nobody. The entire room was built on crypto. There were periods in this room across years. There were BTC's not moving fucking like 2% either direction, and somebody in my room has not got his foot up its ass. That's just the room. It was a crypto centric ecosystem. The whole room was born on that. Ethereum also. Those two things couldn't breathe before somebody crypto oriented. It was one of the things that we had back in the days, right? I couldn't get people to even look away from crypto. Stocks could be going to this thing, nobody gave a fuck. Now I can't get anyone to look at crypto. When the fuck did anybody think that would be possible in this ecosystem where every single person that's in this channel arrived in the markets through crypto before they got here? There's no native stock traders in my ecosystem. They're 100% crypto based, and no one's paying attention to crypto with BTC up 100%. That's crazy as fuck, but it's happening. I think this filter is badass, isn't it? This is the winter solstice filter I use. I love this one. This one's pretty dope. I have to wrap the fucking city today, Well, shit. That's a bunch of memos. So we're not going to stand here forever. I'm going to get you guys through. I'm going to check a war story, which I'm almost positive y'all motherfuckers didn't write me. Let's see. Oh, that was delayed. Almost killed me. All right. It's not even that good, so don't even think anything. All right, so I did read all of your war stories, but Izzy did say there was some crazy-ass stuff this week. Oh, yeah, that's horrendous. So, holy shit. Let's see, what do we got? Bank of England's going to run his mouth at 11 o'clock. Love that. That's the Jay Powell of England. Tomorrow, claimant count change. Not exactly sure what that relates to for GBP. I think that could be their version of employment. And then 10 o'clock, official cash rate from New Zealand at night. Don't care as much, but the currency world you do. Those currencies in New Zealand, Aussie have been weak lately. And then Royal Bank of Australia is going to speak. So you got 3 central banks by Monday and Tuesday talking. And then Bank of England's running his mouth again the next morning. CPI inflation data, Bank of Canada. So a heavy fucking central bank week. 3 central banks by Wednesday and inflation data. And a 10-year bond auction, which, may not normally fucking bring up any issues, but right now you kind of have an interesting situation happening with yields relative to like dividends. You're at a point where like, the 10-year and stuff like that are now having yields higher than the dividends that you would, see in stocks. And it's definitely throwing a curveball into a lot of people's, risk assessments in the marketplace. GDP from England, we do care about. Of course, PPI, producer price inflation, which I think is a better leading indicator of inflation, because this captures like price inflation at the producer level, like inescapable inflation that always gets passed on to the consumer. So you always want to keep track of that. And then FOMC, Waller, don't think that's the most important person to speak. Unemployment, you give a shit about, and then preliminary University of Michigan consumer sentiment. So every single day has got something that can be market moving in currencies or equities. Like I said, RB and Z and RBA, you care more about in the currency world and what comes out of them. But everything else you want to pay attention this week. It could be pretty crazy, especially in the back of our Fed having their their policy statement out last Wednesday, or their minutes, showing their thought process. So all right, it's a good deal. Everybody get all that? A bunch of ego dribble. Don't forget that like button. Do I got to do that? Do I got that corny shit and tell you all every morning, please hit the like button? Y'all be trying to sync my show, but showing up to see if I can tell you goodies. Keep the show alive. I'll tell you goodies. That looks good, doesn't it? I got to get more of those in there. That definitely... You guys are just goofing off so much in the Discord. This just had me thinking this right here. This is how I feel like what's going on in my Discord. I don't know. I really like this just because I see Squidward every time I fucking do it. What is I doing over here? There's a whole reason I clicked over here. What the fuck did I go over here for? I can't even remember. There was a reason I clicked onto that. Oh yeah. So I see Welcome to the Garden struggled its way across 900 views. Thanks for going back to look. Apart from me being kind of halfway baked and like distracted trading, I did put some fire shit in that show. It just kind of didn't flow as good as normal. But I could tell which ones are definitely the bad ones. So I'm going to endeavor never to, be that distracted in the show again. One reason I'm moving things back up so I don't have to pay attention to the market while I'm talking to you. I was mentally really fried in that show and trading, and I couldn't do everything at once anymore. So believe it or not, I'm getting older and getting slower. I still think this one's dope as fuck. What do you guys think? On the screen right now, the Good Morning hoodie, Heart of Darkness, Dark Oracle. I don't know which one's your top ones right now. I'm getting much closer to the whole comic booky feel I want, though. You know, I'm pretty happy with it. This is like a complete different kind of comic booky feel, but like, you know, the comic book feel I try to go for, like Silver Surfer is my favorite comic book. And so like
forcing the situation to just be.
Damn it. So that like flat comic look, like that's what I was really trying to. God damn it, so much stuff moving around. Get with that guy. It really got like, you know, it really looks like a sell out of a comic book. I really am happy with that shit. Sorry, I know nobody gives that much of a fuck about my artwork, but I was having fun making it. And hey, man, you guys gotta love the names. I keep the world involved, you know. So I thought the Dark Oracle name was a combination of Spanish and Italian. That's what I thought, but I guess it's just Spanish to Spanish. But still thought it was pretty cool. I can't pronounce half the shit right, but I think they sound great. All right, so how did we finish up Friday? Some things to look at, right? The VIX is a little crazy. Got a stock heat map here. This is Friday day. So, you know, sneaking under the radar, you can miss it real easy, but it was a wicked move in energy. And if you guys have been paying attention, I told you to pay attention to energy if you're in Guardians. Gave you a playbook before it showed itself. Where the heck is that thing? Oh my God, too much organization. I can't even find shit. But I gave you guys some beast intel. Now that's a fucking ridiculous basket. But some guys are watching oil servicing and stuff, right? Because energy was kind of creeping under the radar. And I think we mentioned the show. And where is it? What else? TV2? What are those guys? Helix. I don't know where I drew the bull flags of these guys. Yeah. But yeah, gave you guys, you know, perfect bull flags to pay attention to, but most people wouldn't be looking. And again, right, we talked about this, right, on the bigger scales, you should pay attention to oil, right? A lot of people take their eyes off this motherfucker, but it's a sleeping giant when Brix is using it as a weapon. So we put that one in there for you guys. Hopefully you guys found some bangers in that one. You paid attention and were organized and didn't just stay stuck to tech, right? It could rotate somewhere. So we gave you guys a warning and gave you a perfect basket for it. So hopefully you guys fucking found some winners in that one to make your Friday still a banger, even if tech wasn't fucking skyrocketing, right? Don't get stuck on one thing, because the party's going to be over there, motherfucker, and you're going to be all salty. You like that? I'm going to use it, right? Whenever you can work the title of a sitcom back into, or in a show back into the movie, it's always a good day. All right, so we looked at, so I'm going to do your macro, and I'm going to do your symbols and get you out of here. It's 8:56. It's going to be the express show. So SPY things, let's just see where we are. So SPY stuff, energy was strong, but tech and stuff was, you know, weak. Like we said, the market kind of was split around like that. A lot of leaders that have the biggest weights, you know, pull back. NASDAQ's going to have a rebalancing. I forget exactly which day. If Sim's watching, he could type it in the chat. And that's probably worth paying attention to because, you know, the disproportionate amount of movement in the market's being caused by very few stocks. So they're going to redistribute some of that weighting, and that should be interesting to see, like, you know, who gets bought up to rebalance and stuff like that. That being said, you know, coming into the market this morning, what do you look like? Same guys that were kind of a little weak coming to the pre-market, a little bit off, metas, whatever. I think this is, you know, in that cringy ass fucking threads. And I'm gonna tell you right now, motherfuckers, I know how 250 y'all niggas followed me in like 48 hours on fucking threads off Instagram because I can't get more than 60 likes on my art. So I'm just gonna say something, bitches. If you be FOMO following me on the Instagram linked app and be skipping my shit, I might block your ass. Cause that's that creepy nigga in the window that you ain't trying to be. How is Threads cringy? It's fucking garbage. It's the same narcissistic assholes from fucking Instagram don't have shit to talk about in a fucking chat app that fucking exposes the fact they have nothing to talk about. It's fucking retarded. Anyways. You know, it's the worst thing. Like when Zuckerberg's like, you have chat app, I have chat app. Twitter's a culture, right? Twitter, if you remember anything about Twitter people, they're hugely anti-Facebook people. People at Facebook will post their fucking breakfast and talk about literally fucking nothing. It's like the dumbest sack of shit collection of garbage, right? People are posting real-time news, substantive things, having dialogue. Yeah, they're shit posters, but there's a whole different culture to Twitter. And just because you can replicate the fucking template doesn't mean you can replicate the culture. And that's one of the biggest mistakes with Zuckerberg's copycat fucking styles. He thinks he can put stories in and replicate TikTok. No, TikTok's its own thing and has an algorithm you can't replicate. He thinks he can put locations, replicate Foursquare. No, Foursquare had its own niche reasons people use that shit and didn't want to fucking put their goddamn breakfast out. Everything he does, he just fucking drags his fucking cock over and just ruins it. But at the end of the day, he fails to understand culture. So you may have a behemoth in Facebook that has 2.7 billion people in it, and you can aim them at fucking Threads. And, that kind of skews the reality. Like, people go, it's the fastest growing app ever. No, it's not. He's got a direct feed of 1 billion people into it. Organically speaking, ChatGPT is still fucking king. All right? Nobody's ever seen organic growth like that. It's completely different. And Zuckerberg's playing that sleight of hand that he's created something new when ultimately he's just fucking bastardized everybody else's shit and done a piss poor job of it. Anyways, that's my review on Threads. Click that. Send it to Zuck. Let him know what I think. I'm sure he'll ban me. All right. And cue Cottonmouth, motherfuckers. It's not the greatest weed, but it's good enough, I guess. All right, what are we doing? So, spies, zoom out. Don't be all crazy. What's happening? Bull flag popped out of here. So this little area tool was really good, right? Between Stevie D's emotion level and Goku, who happens to be Ragnarok by a second alias when he was embarrassed about being caught here. So he changed his name up here, so it was even more embarrassing. So this is like the third iteration of this motherfucker. Super Saiyan 3. Anyway, it's still Ragnarok. So that's in case you don't know who that is. Goku's serious. He's all of them. If you guys don't know the story of that, so yeah, anyways, they're all his ass. They're all good too. Anyway, so we're back inside Stevie D's little box range with him. Oh yeah, screens. I got you. I see you, Colin. I see you lurking. Well, yeah, what I was saying. Ragnarok level, Goku. Goku is Ragnarok. See? Ragnarok's humility, Goku's shame. He changed his name right here when he got busted for this trigger we used to fucking trade into the all-time high. And so he changed his name to Goku, and we pretty much tagged him where we showed up. And I'm pretty sure he's lurking somewhere in the audience now. He could be somebody else by now. I don't know what the Goku cancer treatment was, but that was a fucking top. Anyways, so we're in Goku's bullshit. This is like, you guys try to show this to your friends. You wonder why your friends won't watch this show. They're like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Talking about shit you don't understand, bitch. Anyway, Goku's bullshit and Stevie D's reminiscing. Back in here, good range, I told you, right? 2 good emotion ranges, and I gotta see what he does here, see if the VIX keeps pushing, if he pushes him back through this. Then we watch for a correction potential to bar Nomics. But for right now, he's kind of just doing the bullshit in here, and we want to see how this morning plays out with the VIX. The VIX is playing down a little bit off the open this morning, so if he stays down and has like a more down day, you could have a positive session or some kind of like breather off of the marketplace. But pay attention to the overall trend, right? If this keeps going, you obviously know what that means. So could the market get a bigger counter trend from here? Yeah. Could he go all the way back to Ragnarok? Totally, if the pullback warrants it, right? That's always a potential. So if the VIX keeps gassing, we pay attention to that possibility. We know there's some strength in energy, right? So not everything looks fucking terminal, but we know tech itself is in correctionville. So right now, tech to energy. Right, is slightly weak right now. That's what you're seeing. So if this can keep pushing down, we can get rotational energy in other parts of the market, and the whole place doesn't have to come off a cliff. This is one reason I told you guys pay attention to energy. QQQ things, the tech index of it. So we watched this. I gave you guys a trigger up here, which is the high of Friday. Failed to get through there Friday the previous week. And it worked out to be the perfect resistance level, right? Always remember, read prices from left to right. So the first high that we will all see would be the place that everyone would define stops by, which would create the room for a 2B to fuck those people, and a 2B above here to fuck these people, but always working off the fact that the original level, fuck everybody, starts with the first high everybody saw. So it becomes the key level you really watch again for good interaction. So we get here, still a good trigger, right? So above this just gets better that we've deflected this hard. So, get all that? Do I have the fucking screen on, motherfucker? I know, it's my fault. I can't be a dick about it. So right now we watch this guy, and this was just a projection line. I'm going to turn this guy off because it's fucking distracting as piss. And we watch right now. Good zone we know down here is this low box range, and we see if maybe he gets back down here if the pullback is deep enough, or if this low is going to hold and we open and possibly rally off the open and go back and test this level before trying to check this one more time. We have to see how the session goes off the opening. Diamonds, a bit weaker. Paying attention to industrials, right? Those guys have been lagging tech, and right now don't look so great. There's some bright spots. I told you guys to watch airlines in there. If you pay attention to airlines, they went fucking nuclear. I'm pretty sure I have airlines and something. Oh wow, is that the resolution I was on? Yeah. So we talked about airlines, behind RCL and all them guys, leisure and travel and stuff like that. Still one of the best squiggles. I haven't made this highlight yet. I gotta make that video highlight. It's so ridiculous. And airlines, AAL, all them guys, right? They're all looking pretty crazy. So VIX things, we talked about, pay attention to him, DXY things. So we've been watching this guy more so through the euro because he was kind of hard to discern right here. So I told you to keep track of him in the euro USD, and that looked like a bull flag that was possibly going to rotate off of this box zone that we had our congestion here for the push, and he did. He corrected, flagged into it, made a flag, did expanding range, made a bigger flag, and then this was the projection to come out. I don't know why I would have ever have left that orange, to be honest with you. It's just now that it worked, I'm gonna have to leave it that hideous. I'm not gonna leave that color. That's just fucking gross. It ruins the whole chart, doesn't it? It's like not quite red, but it's not quite anything else. I guess whatever. I can't stand it though. All right, so whatever. So he's rotated the flag, and we told GBP USD was looking even better. He's more clean. All right, he had a bull flag too, and he's sitting on his trigger. I told you to pay attention to that. So for right now, right off the opening, there's a lot of news coming around the Bank of England's their Powell speaking. So he's going to cause a lot of movement whenever he talks at anything pound. But as a basket goes, you can kind of see this, right? Pretty clear. DXY has rotated. It's a little clearer here. So right now, as long as this guy keeps fading, right, the dollar looks like it's in a bit of trouble, and we do want to see what keeps going on with the energy and oil, if that puts any more pressure on things. Speaking of energy and oil, CL1. Right, energy kind of like rotating up while markets are kind of like kind of not looking like they're doing shit. I think it's worth keeping this guy on watching a higher res while OPEC is still trying to put pressure on the dollar through this market. BRICS has got chatter of a possible currency that's threatened the dollar as a reserve, and this seems to be like a multifaceted attack on the reserve currency of the world. That being said, probably worth keeping up with gold too. A lot of people aren't watching this guy, but what chart do I have you on, sir? Gold. There it is, right? Keeping tabs with this guy because there's been some strength in basics, and there's little movements in commodities right now. We're seeing some agriculture also. So if we see some of the commodity cross current spill over from like energy and some agriculture into precious metals, which have lagged the basic non-precious metals. This might be something to keep track of while everybody's kind of waiting and seeing what the VIX does. Just things to keep on your radar if you're not still looking at these bigger reses, right? And this is organization. The way is to trade everything. Just if you're a gold guy and you're watching this and watching a big res, make a note. SLV, just for shits and giggles, to check him. He's in the same place. We're watching this big resolution rotation. It's kind of slow grinding, but just keeping tabs on metals. So I did DXY, I did VIX, I did stocks. Stocks like Tesla, I wanted to look at him. Jeez, that's always why I did that, Tesla. So he was at an inflection point we talked about, right on this major angle coming down from 2021. And so, a decent inflection point that we're seeing, like, the VIX do its movement. So just keeping tabs on that right now. The big gap he's got from here, and, how far he can get into the gap, given how far the VIX, forces a de-risk. Somebody asked me TNX. Which chart? Where do I have that guy? Oh, yeah. We have this guy. What resolution did I make this on? Oh, yeah, big-ass resolution. So, yeah. That. Es no bueno, right? Funding costs for the United States and overall risk of the United States, right? If your interest rates go up on your credit cards, it means that you're considered a higher risk. And so, cost of funds is an indication of risk to the nation's economy. The higher this goes, the higher cost to fund, ongoing, ventures of the government. So this is definitely something you don't want to take off your radar. Again, this is part of the attack for BRICS, is making the cost, of our credit, which is our main weapon, the ability to fucking leverage every damn thing, cost enough to fucking not be an advantage anymore to us, and then drive up the cost of raw materials that we then have to purchase with higher cost to carry. So this is all part of like things becoming massively unaffordable right now, across the board, and feeling like somehow your dollar's literally not buying as much as yesterday, much faster than you ever felt it before. Pressure on commodities and pressure on our credit is definitely something to keep eyes on if this gets gas to it. Crypto things. How could we ever forget crypto things? Because you guys are such crypto zealots. OG crypto chart. What's chart am I on here? LTC? No, I'm not. The fuck are you telling me? Anyways, OG levels, you guys remember? So we talked about that flag in BTC that's got a really great level on it, right? So it was one of the things about this knife catch on the May 19th show, is that we caught the dump into the only real level you have to put in the all-time high, which is, this is the all-time high prior to this being all-time high. But just like, Pepe, right? You don't have any other real system of congestion, no other localized monopoly to locate a position to possibly have a level from. This is your only key level that BTC really has outside his outside his 2017 system, right? Something is really wrong here. What is it doing? Okay, I don't know what's happening. Right, so this was the only system you have. So he makes for a really great level, really great line in the sand, and that's where you're at now from the underside of it, right? So this either turns into a giant bear flag banging against the underside of this level, or we're going to punch through this thing and get back on top of it. And what's possible is, right, when you look at a good level, let's put something humongous here. Right, a solid level should have, gas potential. So you can see it. Every move that really came off this thing has huge gas. So it's high volatility move, just like Ragnarok was, right? We cleared Ragnarok in the S&P 500. You can see what the behavior has been at a level. Price has memory. What will it tend to do at those levels? It'll tend to do similar things, right? And it's a high volatility move that comes off of those good key levels. So we know we've got 3 massive high volatility moves off of this thing. And so while he congests here, right, that's what we wait to see him resolve. He's either going like this or he's going like fucking that. But it's going to be sizable when he gets the fuck out of here. I know that's like the most fucking like detailed TA ever. You motherfuckers don't need all the fucking nonsense. So yeah, so we're watching this bullshit right now. And as far as trends go, right, he looks like he's attempting to rotate this big bull flag. And we know that bull flags can rotate from the depths of hell. The sentiment damage is good enough that nobody's down here. And we know right now up 100% on BTC from the lows, nobody's up here either. And at $30,000 a coin, most motherfuckers can't afford this shit. And if it goes any higher, it only gets worse, right? Which is why you see so many people dumpster diving for garbage fucking coins like Luna and dog shit, because somehow people don't understand percentages. They feel like if I have more fucking coin units, I have more coin, So motherfuckers be buying Pepe. I have billions of Pepe. Like, bitch, you make 10%, you make 10%. I give a fuck it's one coin or a billion coins. But, right, people who suck at math don't really think like that. Anyways, bunch of things in that. So pay attention to this guy right now, seeing what he ultimately resolves from, and this is going to be tied, of course, if the VIX keeps de-risking, we're going to see how that plays out. I've got crazy chart problem. 1 sec, let me see if we can fix it. Oh, don't do this shit to me, man. Hang on. Damn, I forgot about that. Sorry, my shit's not loading right. Jesus Christ, what is your problem? Okay, it's fixed. Anyways, so yeah. BTC things. Could be in a 3-day, right? He's on a trend resolution like this, right? That's fucking epic. So, decent trend here, good line in the sand. I think that's enough of that guy, right? You guys get it. And market cap, what is this? Oh, wrong chart for that, sorry. Hold on. Bitcoin dominance, again, paying attention to this. If this keeps getting fucking steam and risk assets don't dump, BTC is the fucking, 800-pound gorilla in the room. USDT.D, always good to keep eyes on this guy. So we talked about this for paying attention to the wave if we went risk on. This correction, this flag here we had, this uptrend, was really a bear flag that amounted to be a bull flag for shitcoins that were opposite USDT. And that was what we had it in ETH, right? So ETH rotated through this, and now the move is to see if USD, God, there's so many letters. The fucking goddamn index for the fucking USDT, goddammit. If this thing fucking managed to keep this projection and find his way lower, then that's going to be bullish to all of crypto. And the entire time it's taking to do this corrective structure is the time we're seeing like the VIX give us some de-risking. So this is all kind of going to probably time out together. If we see it, the VIX will probably run its course before it allows this guy to continue the wave down if this projection is accurate. And that flag, of course, is the BTC flag. It's the ETH flag. It's the Litecoin flag, wherever Litecoin's goddamn flags were. So everybody's flag, right? So everything hinges on these guys. All right, it's 8:14, 9:15. A couple symbols and you motherfuckers are hitting the street. What you got for me? And my fucking control monitor went down. Motherfucker. Wake up. Lovely. Wake up, motherfucker. Alright, give me some symbols. What you guys... Alright. Oh, right. That's not right. Alright, XLB. Basic materials. You guys investors now? Shout out Mao. Appreciate the euros. Because the dollar is not worth shit right now. No, I'm kidding. What am I on? XLB? Basic materials, sir. Basic materials. So, a little congested right there. I think we had a race we were watching that, right? XLB, XLF, I think it was. Let's see if I'm not mistaken about that. Thought we had one. But XLB, again, XL, you want to look at this guy in terms of XLK. Where's the real strength at, right? It's XLK. Basics are definitely not the weakest thing out there, though. There's definitely healthy sides of it. We still see that with like Nucor and some of these steel guys that are showing some strength. We told you to pay attention to these guys a while ago. These were also, these rotations were also in your only stands for Guardians. So if you pay attention to this stuff, right, these guys are kind of tracking behind it. There's strength in parts of XLB, not all of it, right? Because look at things like DuPont and stuff like this, like chemicals. These guys aren't doing fucking shit. And if we see, this is Ecolabs. Let's see, where's Sherwin-Williams? Well, not all of the chemicals was crap. So we had this guy on the show a while ago, and this is one I told you to pay attention to, Sherwin-Williams. This is probably parts of the basket also. So there has been some strength in parts of, all around basics. Mostly like, in guys like steel though, STLD. These guys all start to rotate out. RS, some of you guys play this right here, Reliance Steel. So XLB as a whole kind of probably needs to be looked at a little more granular level, because right now you look at this, as a sector wide, you're not going to see much opportunities in it right now as he's kind of chopping along right here. 2 hours. Why am I at in 2 hours? What the heck did I just touch? 2 hours, dude. Yeah, that's kind of a shitty range. I think you look at him in the first swing high and low right here, and you see if he gets on top of this. That might be something worth paying attention to. If he can, if the market tracks higher, you'd probably want to see him like do something like that off the top of here. But this is kind of an ugly setup. Like I said, there's definitely strength in there. It's just not, not really where people are looking. LIT, I think some of these guys are looking a little bit better. Some of these guys in like lithium battery. This is part of basics. And what's the other guy? REMX. That's definitely not it. REMX. Yeah, these are two parts, right? A lot of times you see strength with Elon. You'll see strength in these guys as they have a lot to do with like the batteries and stuff. Pay attention to these guys, rare earths, and when you see like strength in like EVs, it's good guys in basics to pay attention to rare earths and stuff like that. So these are two parts of that, of the XLB that I think are worth keeping on their radar. LCID looks like shit. Stop dumpster diving. What is this? Didn't make it off of there. Failed his angle. If he's ever going to come back, yeah, could it from the grave? It could. But I'm going to help you guys stop looking at trash like this. TNX I already did. FCPO1. What the heck is that? Crude palm oil futures? Crude palm oil futures. What the fuck is that? All right. What do we got there? That's probably the only level I really want to pay attention to out of it. And then let's see. Food stuff. Yeah, I get it. I'm just being silly. 2B there, 2B again. Good interaction there, good interaction there. So I think it's your range here, watching what he does. If he's gonna, what the heck? Could be what he's doing, right? Let me see something. Oh, thought there might be some correlation with that guy. None. I think that's what you're watching. I think he's safer out of the range you're watching here, though, above this high. And again, right, what happens above that trigger if it's good? Should be a gas pedal move, right? Every time you came off of it, should be good gas on it. So if you can get on top of this, I think you're paying attention to him up here. It's a better place. Not going to the bell with this one. Sol USD and Clonex. Sol USD. Sol USD. Okay, cool. That guy's done. Sweet action. Okay, I can't see shit. So good trigger on Sol. I told you it was up here. He has yet to make it. And, for right now, he's lagging some of the stronger guys that are rotating with that USDT.D. Whatever the fuck that index is. Like there's best of breed things, right? And I know a lot of people have this guy's outside dark horse on getting ETH. Solana bulls are definitely diehards. I think you're watching this guy to still get through the trigger, and you don't want to play him any earlier than he proves he can make it through. That looks crazy. Let's not do that. We'll kill this guy now. And then I need to get you. Show what I can see in this thing right now. I think we go to. So he's trading 184 right now, but let's see. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. That is the August low, the most volume he did. Till he broke down here, and he's got a little bit of a climax action here, but nothing crazy. This floor and this slightly, caramba, it's not working out. So what do you have as far as resolutions go? You have that floor in there. And potentially like a slightly higher floor happening here across like where this volume really comes from, right? Volume comes in the cell down here. So if he can sit, it's such a pain in the ass to do TA like this. I need another color. I'll just use you. White, it's good enough. If this little structure right here, which is your bull flag, sitting on this level, you have basically like, you know, it's possible to do that, right? That's the setup you basically have right there. If you can't see it so good, and I can't zoom in because I have to like save it and reopen it and nonsense, but that's what you're seeing right there. As he waves down to the low, the last high to put him into the low got broken here, tested. If he holds it, he can push back up to 2. He can start to try and, you know, challenge this entire continue to rotate that. So possible that he's got a shot to pull this kind of move off. All right, motherfuckers, it is, look at that, first show before the bell in so long, right? Holy shit. Stay safe, bitches, and we back at it. So get on your grind, motherfuckers are missing right now. Mad Skeleton Crew vibes, right? Pay attention to the VIX, and remember, party's not always over there. All right, niggas, catch you on the flip.
Welcome to Winternomics TV. Your stream will begin shortly.